Welcome to pre and postnatal Pilates for runners. I've got a brand new little sequence plan for you. We're going to open up through your thoracic, strengthen through the hips and get a bit of oblique work in there as well. Nice quick little workout. You can tack it onto the start or the end of a run or walk, or you can just do it anytime throughout the day when you feel like you need a little bit of movement. And we'll start this one in 4-point kneeling, a little bit of thoracic warm up, and then we'll get into some core. So making your way into the middle of your mat, palms under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're just gonna go 2 cat-cow stretches here. So we get a nice lift of your middle back, look towards your belly button as you round, tuck, lift, and then pulling it all the way down and back. All the way through extension, tailbone up, chest will drop, and we'll go for one more. See if you can get a bit more lift through those ribs. At this point, your thoracic spine might feel a little bit locked and jammed. We'll try and get a little bit of movement there through flexion, extension, and now a little bit of rotation. So just coming back to center, your left arm reaches all the way wide to the side. Left arm comes under your left ear to the mat. Just give it a little bit of hang time at the bottom. And then from here, we reach, twist, open all the way up towards the ceiling. We'll go one more here, just to the other side. Your palms come back to center, right arm out nice and wide. We're getting low all the way under, right ear to the mat. And then from here, we reach, twist, open all the way up towards the ceiling. Nice, and we are ready to roll. So from here, we're in 4-point. I want you to push your tailbone a little bit back towards your heels. Lift up through those lower abdominals, just enough to tuck your tailbone. Left arm reaches forwards, right leg reaches back. And then from here, I'm just gonna get you to go for a nice rounding. That elbow comes towards your knee as you lift up through your ribs and then draw that leg and that arm straight back. We're gonna do 5 here, just getting a little bit of core, glute, and mobility, stability through your hips, torso, pelvis. And we'll see if we can get the breath going here as well. So it's an inhale as you round. It's an exhale as you extend. And we'll go for 2 more like this before we hold. And of course, pulse. Shoulders are down and back. And as you go for your last rep here, extend your arm, extend your leg. We'll go for a bend of your right knee. Keep your left arm reaching forwards, and then from here, tiny little pulses of your back heel. You're trying to squeeze into the back of your right glute. Your hips are nice and square. Your arm is reaching forwards. 8, 7, 6, 5. See if you can just tuck through your tailbone, slightly lengthen your lower back. 3, you've got 2, and you've got 1. Your hands come down, your knee returns. Your palms walk all the way back towards your knees, roll it through your shoulders. We're just gonna do that one side, so that right glute, a little bit active through glute max. We're gonna get into the obliques. In high kneeling here, you've got your right leg extended, hands behind your head, elbows wide. From here, start to slowly dip all the way down towards the left. As you come to that position, give it a little pause. I want you to rotate your chest down. You wanna look towards the mat. Back to your start position and slowly right. So the goal for this is oblique strength. So you've got your belly relaxed at the front, but you're getting strength towards that lateral chain, adding that rotation, just to keep that thoracic nice and mobile and slowly back. See if you can keep your shoulders down, neck long. Your right hip, as much relaxation through the front of that hip as possible, but still keeping nice and square through the pelvis. And you've got 3 more like this. So gradually, if you can, getting a little deeper, rotating a little further, and then keeping those elbows down and back so your neck is nice and long. Nice and slow on the descent. And you'll probably start to feel this into your right hip, oblique, all the way up into the shoulder. That's exactly what we're after. You've got 2 to go. And we will just go for a little hold on your last one here. So we won't add the twist on your last rep. We'll just come down to that oblique hold. Hold that position here. Little isometric hold, lateral chain, reach your right arm overhead. And back to center, you've got 4 to go. Right arm overhead, back to center. Final 3. You have 2. And then this is your very last one. And we're done. Coming all the way back to center, a little reach, stretch, counter over, right arm towards your ankle. And then from here, straight on back up, we're actually coming straight to standing. So still using that right side chain, we're building a bit of strength endurance. And then from here, we're coming with our feet hip width apart, Toes facing forwards, hands to your hips, pushing your tailbone straight back. I want all of your weight into your right side leg. Lifting up through your left side, tippy toe. From here, we start to draw that left leg straight back into a scooter. And return. So you've got your hands on your pelvis just to start. You're just getting that left leg drawing back. Return, and we're gonna start to add a little bit of running man arm action here. So opposite arm, opposite leg. That's it as you drag it back. It's like you're running on the spot, and if you can, see if you can completely take your left leg off the mat. So it's sort of pretty functional glute, hip, quad strength endurance. See if you can get your chest leaning forwards, but your shoulders down and back. And you're here for another 20 seconds. Just trying to, if you keep your balance, stability, you want to focus your eyes on something forwards. So you're keeping yourself really still through that upper torso. Your elbows are just gliding past your ribs, and your right leg is feeling all of that burn. You're here for 10. We are going to step back into a 90-90 lunge. We'll straighten up through the torso and then take one big step back in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll straighten all the way up. 1. Hands to your hips briefly. We take a big step back, 90-90 lunge position. Keeping your balance, you drop the back knee, and then from here, your hands come behind your head. I want you to add a thoracic twist. So reach, twist, and open towards the right. Come back to your start position. You've got 4 more like this. So keeping your hips square, we reach and open and return. 3 more here, making sure your back knee is staying still, your torso staying upright, and you're getting a nice deep twist through that middle back. This is your last rep. We've got 1 little component here to go. Back to your start position, elbows back. I want you to lift your right heel, lower your right heel. 15 seconds here, lifting to your right heel. This is when it really starts to get you quad on the back leg and on that front leg. You have 10, 9, 8. We'll drop it all the way down, have a little stretch in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you can drop your heel, back knee comes all the way down. Roll up through your shoulders, palms come all the way down. We're straight back into our 4-point kneel position. And then from here, we're gonna round, tuck, and lift straight up into that little bit of a thoracic flexion. And then all the way down through extension. And then from here, just dusting it off, lifting up through your lower ribs, pulling your shoulders down and back, your body weight a little bit back to your heels. Left leg this time will extend, drive it all the way back. Right arm, drive it all the way forwards. Eye gaze forwards, your shoulders down and back, and from here, start to inhale, elbow comes to the knee. Exhale as you reach and extend. That's it, so it's an inhale, bend, curl. That's it. Exhale, reach, extend. And then see if you can just watch your lower back as you reach and extend. You don't want to arch. You want to keep your pelvis square, your lower ribs lifted. Final 2. We are going to hold, square off the shoulders, the hips, and pulse on this last one. Reach, extend. From here, bending that left knee to 90 degrees. From here, tiny little pulses through your back extended hip. So you want to see if you can keep your torso, your lower back completely straight, and just utilizing a little bit of activation into left glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you've got 1. Your palms come down, walk your hands back towards your knees. That's it, go for a big shoulder roll, roll off through your wrists. We're straight across into that lateral chain, getting into your obliques. So your hips are square, your left leg will extend, hands come behind your head, and then from here, shoulders down and back. We're coming all the way down into that little lateral lean. Give it a pause. We add that thoracic twist, hips are square, and slowly rise. So what you want to do here is keeping your form first and foremost, and then adding a little bit of depth as you've got it. So that rotation through your ribs, coming back to midline while your pelvis is staying still. Really good dissociation between the upper body, lower body. And just getting into that lateral chain. What you want to make sure here, we've got 3 to go at this point, is you're nice and relaxed through the front of your belly and all of the forces just down that lateral chain. And we do have that little hold at the end just to sort of really get that strength endurance that we're after into your left side. Final 2. Getting a little bit more twist. Coming up to your very last one. We won't twist for this last one. We come straight down and just hold. From here, that left arm reaches overhead. And back to your start position. So you can get your tailbone tucked. You have 4 to go. We have 3. You have 2. And then this will be your very last one. Reach it overhead, back to your start position, slowly rising. From here, left hand comes down, right arm reaches all the way up, all the way over. A little counter stretch for your side waist. And then from here, not messing about, we're coming straight on up, standing position. You've got your feet hip width apart, toes facing forwards, hands to your hips, hinging it down so you've got all of your weight into your left leg. Shoulders are down and back, and we'll just get your form first. From here, we go straight into our scooters, gliding your right leg back and return. So from here, what you want to think about doing is fixating your eyes on something still. Your center of gravity might be slightly off. So what you want to do is just use that little bit of balance coordination, eye gaze forward, shoulders down. And then once you've got your form, your hips are square, we'll start to add those running man arms. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Just to keep it nice and natural, elbows gliding past your ribs. You've got 20 seconds here. Trying to build a bit of strength into your left side, glute, quad, hammy, keeping your shoulders down and back. And see if you can take your right foot completely off the mat, so it's completely airborne. Just gliding over that surface, a little bit of a balance challenge, and it does make your hips work a little harder. You're here for your final 12. We'll stand up tall briefly and come straight down into our 90-90 lunge in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, we'll briefly stand up in 3, 2, 1. Standing all the way up tall. From here, big step back with your right side leg, 90-90 lunge position, keeping your balance once again, dropping it down and hold hands behind your head, bit of thoracic twist here. So start to open, reach, twist towards the left, and then back towards your start position. You've got 4 to go. Open, reach, twist. So the goal is to keep your hips really, really strong, really square, and just keeping that upper body moving nicely from right and then into left. You've got that little bit of strength endurance through your foot, your ankle, your calf. This is your last twist. And then your final 15 seconds, your hands come behind your head, elbows down and back. From here, lift your left heel. Lower that left heel, shoulders down, lift your left heel and lower. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, we'll drop your heel, drop the back knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, we'll finish your last one, dropping through the heel, dropping through that knee. And then from here, coming straight into a happy puppy stretch. Walk your hands forwards, lifting up through your hips, dropping down through your chest. Have a little sway through your shoulders side to side. And then from here, walking your hands back to your knees, just stepping your left foot forwards. Just a slight tuck of your tailbone, and then just gently pushing your right hip forward, just getting a little bit of a stretch through your hip flexors. That's it. And once you've got to that position, your palms come forwards, shoulders are down. From here, we're going to row that left elbow just towards the left, a little bit of a bow and arrow through the thoracic, and coming back to your start position. Let's go 2 more like this. Holding your hips square as we row, twist and reach. And then last one here. Perfect, coming back to your start position, bit of a shoulder roll straight to the other side, little tuck of the tailbone, right foot forwards, left knee back, reach it forwards, left hip flexor on stretch, palms reaching forwards, and you've just got 3 little bow and arrows, little counter twist, thoracic mobility, and a nice stretch through the front of the pelvis. 2 to go. You want to follow your elbow with your eyes. Really helps with that thoracic rotation. If your neck rotation follows suit. This is your last one. And done. From here, knees come back together, big shoulder roll, up, down and back. A little bit of glutes, a little bit of standing work, obliques, thoracic. You should feel pretty good after that one. And just let me know how you go. I hope you enjoyed your session of Pilates with AB. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe and follow the link below for more exercise snacks, mobility tips and runner special sequences. Enjoy.